Sunny Sands because it's sunny and it's sandy and it's right by the sea. I love staying here with my Auntie Jules and Uncle CJ. I love Miss Smiley's cafe and Mr. Whoops's shop and Bob's boat. Oh, and the lighthouse where Mr. Mentor the inventor lives and where he comes up with all his amazing inventions.
Ta-da!
And today, I was visiting Mr. Mentor with Uncle CJ.
Now just look at this invention. Oh, how fabuliculous is that?
Mr. Mentor doesn't just invent things, he invents words too.
Spectacularly fabuliculous. So what is it? What is it? What do you mean, what is it? It's obvious what it is. It's a Spangly Jangly Dangle dish, that's what.
Mrs. Ostrich likes it, don't you, Mrs. Ostrich?
Mrs. Ostrich has very good taste.
Dare I ask what it's for?
It's not for anything, CJ. It spangles and jangles and dangles. Oh, just look at it.
Wonderful. Now, we called by to give you these, Mr. Mentor.
It's full of sparkly things. We thought you could use some of them in your inventions.
Oh, how marvellous. Oh, thank you. Oh, I love a good sparkly thing. Like this, for instance. How sparkly is this?
Wonderfully sparkly.
I can hardly tear myself away, but needs must. I'm off to a meeting of the most remarkable inventors of the universe. And I'm proud to belong, CJ. Proud to belong.
We'll give you a lift in Campo. Come on.
Oh, thank you. Oh, Wonder Bubble. Oh.
Now, Mr. Mentor wasn't the only one who loved his new invention. Someone else was keen on it. A bungle bird was watching. Bungle birds love shiny things. And this bungle bird really loved Mr. Mentor's Spangly Jangly Dangle dish. Once we'd left Mr. Mentor at the meeting of the most remarkable inventors of the universe, I told Grandpa all about the new invention.
Well, at least it isn't for anything, Elsie. There's always trouble with Mr. Mentor's inventions if they're for anything.
No, it just dangles. It's for dangling.
Then it won't need my help.
But Grandpa was wrong. Mr. Mentor came home from his meeting and the bungle bird was on the table. She had tipped out all the sparkly bits and bobs.
Excuse me! Don't you dare pinch my sparkly bits. Shoo!
And Mr. Mentor shooed the bungle bird out of the window.
Shoo!
Then he saw his dangle dish again.
At least the bungle bird didn't steal my Spangly Jangly Dangle dish.
But suddenly he noticed something.
My goodness. She didn't steal it. She laid her eggs in it. She thought it was a nice shiny nest. Oh no! Mrs. Bunglebird, come back! Come and sit on your nest and hatch your babies. All is forgiven.
But Mrs. Bunglebird did not come back.
Oh, how could I have been so mean? If the Bunglebird doesn't sit on her eggs, they won't hatch. CJ will know.
And Mr. Mentor ran to his phone and dialed the number for the mill on the marsh.
CJ, it's Mr. Mentor. I've done a terrible thing.
You've done a terrible thing, Mr. Mentor.
A terrible thing?
Uh-huh. Yes. I see. Oh, dear. Eggs? A bungle bird? Yes, I do see the problem.
And Mr. Mentor told Uncle CJ about the terrible thing he'd done.
Elsie, we've got to go round Sunny Sands and help Mr. Mentor find a mummy bungle bird.
What's happened?
She's laid her eggs in the Spangly Jangly Dangle dish.
Of course she has.
And Mr. Mentor shooed her away before he'd seen them.
Of course he did.
He's so upset.
Of course he is. And you know what bunglebird eggs are like? They hatch really fast.
So we have to find the mummy bird really fast. Elsie, put your toys away. We'll take Queenie. We'll start at the beach. Meet you downstairs.
It looks like Mr. Mentor's latest invention is going to need my help after all. You go to the beach, I'll go to the lighthouse.
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa.
Catch me if you can.
When my Grandpa shrinks, he can get up to lots of tricks. And his magic can make things go like this. And this. And he can run really fast. And he's always hiding. Today, I couldn't find him anywhere.
Psst! I'm over here.
What's your plan?
Those eggs need to hatch, and someone's going to have to hatch them.
You can't hatch eggs, Grandpa.
I can't, but Mrs. Ostrich can.
And Grandpa climbed onto Mrs. Ostrich.
Elsie, hurry up!
Be careful, Grandpa.
I will.
So I set off for Sunny Sands Beach with Uncle CJ and Queenie. And Grandpa set off for the lighthouse on Mrs. Ostrich. But just after we left the meadow, someone arrived. It was Mrs. Bunglebird. She landed in her empty nest in the big tree. She looked very sad. She didn't know that Grandpa was about to help her eggs to hatch in the dangle dish nest. He flew in through the lighthouse window. He landed very gently on the dangle dish and got off Mrs. Ostrich.
Done. Shouldn't have to wait long.
We'd been all around Sunny Sands and there was no sign of the bunglebird. So back we came to the meadow. Mr. Mentor was very worried indeed.
I'm sorry I haven't got time to keep looking, Mr. Mentor. We have guests arriving very soon.
I know, CJ, but thank you. This is absolutely dreadful. I should never have shooed her away.
Cheer up. She's got to be somewhere.
She is. She's there. Look!
Oh, my ears. Oh, so she is. Oh, come down, Mummy Bongle. Come now, come with me and hatch your babies.
Oh, I think she's a bit afraid.
Well, of course she's afraid. I'm going straight to the lighthouse and invent something that will hatch out Mummy Bonglebird's babies.
I had to let Grandpa know that the mummy bird was here. I had an idea.
Mr. Mentor, tell the eggs that their mummy's in the meadow at the mill.
Quite right. That might encourage them to hatch. Oh, your mummy is in the meadow at the mill. Yes, right, I've got it. See you later.
Back at the lighthouse, Grandpa was still waiting.
Not long now, little eggs. Do you hear me? Just be patient.
And just then, Mr. Mentor came back.
Mrs. Ostrich, how come you're here? Elsie must have left you this morning. But how did you get into my dangle dish?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Don't tell me. One of my inventions got you there. Oh, brilioso. The things they get up to when I'm not looking. Now, which one?
Grandpa climbed higher so he could see the eggs.
So many of them. Now, don't you worry, little eggs. Your mummy is in the meadow at the mill.
And just then, this happened. Mrs. Ostrich started to jiggle. And one by one, the baby bungles hatched.
It's absolutely perfectable. Marvellous. Spectacular.
The baby bungles jumped up and down in the nest. And then they jumped up and down on Mr. Mentor.
Very loud. Ouch! Oh, what's that? You're very hungry. Oh, no.
Then Mr. Mentor realised something else.
You think I'm your mother? Right. Don't panic. I'm not your mother, but I'll go and find you some food. Worms. I'll go right now and find you some worms. Wait right there.
Grandpa knew he had to get them back to their real mother as quickly as he could.
Right, you lot. Mrs. Ostrich and I are going to give you a flying lesson. Follow me. You ready? Flap your wings, Mrs. Ostrich.
And the baby bungles copied Mrs. Ostrich. And soon, this happened. Out of the window flew Grandpa and Mrs. Ostrich, and the baby bungles followed. And soon, Grandpa and the baby bungles flew into the meadow. Grandpa! Grandpa landed Mrs. Ostrich next to the nest, and the baby bungles followed. And the mummy bunglebird went.
Go on, babies. That's your mother.
The babies hopped into the nest.
You're welcome. See you in a bit, Elsie.
Just then, CJ came out in a panic.
I'm in a panic. Mr. Mentor just called. The eggs have hatched, the birds have gone. He has no idea where they are.
I have.
Oh, they're back with their mum in their proper nest. How lovely. I'll go and call Mr. Mentor right away.
I ran inside to find Grandpa.
Cap off, Grandpa. Quick! Well done.
It wasn't me, it was Mrs. Ostrich, and I couldn't have done it without you. I wouldn't have known where the mummy bird was if you hadn't asked Mr. Mentor to tell the eggs.
Yes, that was a clever idea. Teamwork, yes?
Teamwork.
Mr. Mentor is so pleased. He says that one of his inventions must have taught the bongle birds how to fly, but he has no idea which one.
Really?
This one, I think.